quite yet? Have you ever seen this word when you are practicing for your Rockschool exam? If you don't know what that is, fret not. I will show you exactly what that is and how to overcome that portion of the exam. Let's go! First of all, you might be wondering what is develop. In a nutshell, it's basically a part of the exam where you can expand your creativity and to input your own rhythm and feels. But of course, you can't just play any rhythm and feels without any thought process, as there are certain fundamental rules to be followed. And so today, I'm going to show you how to improvise effectively and efficiently. Before we even begin developing, always remember these two rules. Make sure you know what is the context of the piece or the genre of the piece. You can't start playing a 3-2 clave pattern in a rock piece, which will certainly make it out of place. So look at the context of the piece before deciding what beat you would like to go for. For the second rule, I know that it can be very tempting to dish out all your secret chops and feels that you have been practicing for a very long time. However, it's very important to know that building a developed section is like how you will build a house. Without a good foundation, the building will collapse. And so with those two rules in mind, let's dive into the method details. There are many ways to develop a piece, but there are a few main ways that has been tested and proven to be effective. First, this is one of the most useful and simplest way you can develop a piece, especially if you are just trying out the exam for the very first time. And that is to subtract and add notes from the existing drum beat. Let's take this piece for example. As you can see, there are 3 lines that you can modify in this piece: the hi-hat, the snare, and the bass drum. For starters, let's take one line at a time. In exercise 1, I will change the bass drum first. In exercise 2, let's develop the snare. Last but not least, in exercise 3, let's not forget the hi-hat. Once you are absolutely confident, you can develop all 3 parts of the drums while being mindful not to change it too wildly. This is exercise 4. Now let's take things a little further. Let's try out some other sounds as well. For example, in exercise 5, you can play the open hi-hats and the right cymbal. Method 2. Syncopation is basically a concept where you place notes that aren't normally there. This makes the beat much more interesting and fun to play with than simply playing straight notes. The most straightforward way you can do this is by not placing the snare on the backbeat of 2 and 4. If you are even more confident, you can try playing hi-hat chokes on the upbeats. In exercise 6, I'm going to apply syncopation in this song called Cold Pants from grade 4. Playing the developed section at the same volume throughout can make it sound quite stale and boring after a while. In method 3, make it livelier by varying the dynamics by using ghost notes and accents. Accents are louder notes and ghost notes are quieter notes. Use them to your advantage. In exercise 7, here is an example of me playing the downbeat accents on the hi-hat and the right cymbal. For the first 3 methods, they are an introduction to help you develop grades 3 and 4. For drummers who feel that they can go further in their drumming, here are some slightly advanced techniques that you can use to develop grades 5 and above. Half time is a useful concept to manipulate the sense of speed by stretching a 1 bar group into 2 bars. In exercise 8, I'm going to use method 4 to demonstrate in this grade 6 song called Mohair Mountain. Next, rather than playing the crash on 1, why not do a short drum lick on 1 and crash on 2? Or even crash on the end of 2. You can make some really interesting sounds from it. In exercise 9, I'm going to show you this concept of playing over the bar. In this last method, playing beats in triplet form is a great way to break the usual straight groove and turn it into a short groovy moment. Here's an example of how to use 16-note triplets. This is exercise 10. Hopefully these 6 methods will give you some insights on how to develop properly and to inspire you to come up with your own creative ideas. Have fun practicing and I'll see you next time.